Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void. This is a game between Tom and Agamenon on Invader, the latter edition. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Tom. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Agamenon. It's not Agamemnon, it is Agamenon. I'm not sure if that's spelled improperly or what, but Agamemnon, wasn't he like a Greek mythological figure? Something like that. Can't remember. Either way, this is our weekly look at silver and bronze level play brought to you by Falcon Paladin. If you'd like to submit a replay for consideration to be cast for Into the Void, send it to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Into the Void. And I will send it to my screeners. The best ones will be selected and sent back, and I will cast them. Alrighty then. Invader looks like a 4-player map. This looks like a pretty standard expansion there, and wider ramp. Yeah, would explain why we're scouting this way as Tom. And hey-oh, pylon being thrown up here by Agamenon. Is that another one? Yeah, a pylon and then a gateway. So he is planning on doing some crazy rushing here. Another gateway too. It's a 2-gate rush from Agamenon. I'll get that eventually. I'm sure I will. Unfortunately, Tom has no idea what's happening here. If we take a look at the map, what can be seen? Nope, none of this stuff is available. He doesn't know. Actually, he knows his opponent is here. Did he scout there and then just assume everything was fine after that? Tom, you got to stick around. Okay, pro tip. If you come to your opponent's base and you find them and there are no pylons or no spawning pools or no expansions or no supply depots, you know something's up. You know there's a proxy somewhere. Go find it. Go find it. There we go. Heading back now. Might be able to scout this out in time to do something about it here. Is he coming the right direction? He has to go. Where does he have to go to see this? Up that ramp. Is he going to go up the ramp? Here it is. Moment of truth. Drone scout. Number 34692. Going to go up the ramp or not? No, he doesn't go up the ramp. He doesn't go up the ramp. He does not see this crazy, crazy zealot rush here. Three-gate zealot. Which, this was a thing for a little bit on Prion Terraces back when people felt like it was Zerg favored. This 3-gateway rush here with 3 zealots just pushing right on in here. There's a forge getting mixed in too because, hey, might as well have some cannons. Alright, so meanwhile, back in Tom's base, he has a spawning pool, a roach warren. Now the problem here is that for the roaches, they do very well against zealots, but it requires a lot of micro for them to get that done. So unfortunately, for Tom, I don't know that I can see this happening. I don't know that he can be able to hold this off. Because here come 4 zealots, and again, there's nothing here. Okay, there are 4 lings, which is pretty much nothing. 8 lings. Hey, alright. So these lings are going to die immediately. And they do. These lings as well. Going to die immediately. Yep. And here come the zealots. Poor queen. Injects. She knows she's dead. Run. Run, queen, run. The zealots going right after the expansion. They're not chasing down drones, which is probably smart as the drones are faster than they are. Getting rid of the space is probably the smart thing to do here. So this hatchery is going to die very quickly, and Tom has approximately 3 seconds to figure out what he's going to do about this. Spine crawlers would be good. I would not say no to some spine crawlers here. He is getting a couple of roaches. There goes the hatch. The broodlings, can they avenge their dead hatchery by killing a single zealot? No! Ah, pinning them on in here. I know the broodlings are gone. The timing a little bit off there for Tom, but that's okay. Tom is now supply blocked, trying to hold the ramp with these queens. Doing okay about it. Killing a zealot. Killing 2. Can he get 2? Yes, he gets 2 zealots. The roaches come in. Can we make it 3 here? And maybe. Yes, 3 zealots are dead, but there are still so many remaining. Now a spine crawler comes up. A little bit too late, I would say. The zealots aren't quite sure what they want to do here. I guess they might just go right for the hatch. Or the drones, maybe? Yeah, they're trying to kill some drones, but they're distracted by the fact that the queen is actually attacking them too. So I think maybe they would do better just to go after the hatch. Here they go. Going after the hatch. Now coming to try to save it are the drones and the queens and the roaches. Can they save the main hatchery? If Tom does not get this thing, he is dead. He is deader than a doornail, ladies and gents. 1 more zealot dies. There are still 2 remaining. I think the hatch is going to be saved. No! Another group of zealots coming in. Is it enough? Oh, man, trying to save it. Trying to save it here. Trying to kill a queen. The roach is doing a lot of damage, though, to these guys. And let's see here. 16 damage. Spinecrawler finally getting into the match and saving the hatch with a total of about 300 hit points remaining. So now, if we sit back and take stock, we take a look at it. It's 21 to 17 harvesters. So technically Tom is up on that worker count. So yes, he lost a hatchery, but there's nothing else that's been going on from Agamenon. He is stuck on 17 harvesters. Has he even made any throughout this game? Well, he has, obviously. Anyway, yeah, he has made some, but not that many in a long time. So once again, as you can see here, Roach is good. But unfortunately, if they just stand there and allow the Zealots to hack on them, they die fairly quickly as well. As we can see, a lot of micro is required. So yeah, those 3 Roaches killed a Zealot. Was about it. Trying to retake this hatch again. Tom is in a lot of trouble, though. A lot of trouble as 4 more Zealots coming on up here. Roaches have a big task ahead of them. Can they kill these guys, or at least distract them long enough? Back up, kite, back away attack, back away attack. That's what you need to do here, or at least back up to the spine crawler, possibly. Oh, and there's the cancel. Tom abandons it. He just abandons the hatchery entirely. Bad news bears on that one. Extractor just now popping. Whew. And continuing to make Zealots is Agamenon. So we'll see if this works out for him. Again, if you don't kill your opponent with these all-in rush type things, it generally doesn't go too well for you. Especially considering you saw the Zerg player is now getting Roaches. That's a good number of Roaches to deal with these Zealots. The spine crawler on the top of the ramp too. I'd like to see an expansion from Agamenon, although he is getting a cybernetics core, which is fine, which tells me he's probably planning on teching to some extent a little bit later on. But for now, man, in production, Zealot, 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 3 Zealots at a time, all day long, every day. Lair on the way for Tom too. So 1 base Zerg versus 1 base Protoss is usually not a good match for the Zerg player. He usually does tend to lose those ones. However, this is Into the Void. Weird stuff can happen. Weird, crazy strategies employed and are often victorious. Don't go up that ramp. No, Agamenon, what are you doing? He's going up the ramp. 2 queens, a ton of Roaches, a spine crawler. A lot of these Zealots can't even attack anything. Their pathing is causing them a lot of trouble there, and all the Zealots are getting eaten alive, taking some Roaches with them, mind you, but they're all completely gone. That unit's lost tab. 26 Zealots have died for 8 Roaches, 3 queens, a hatchery, 14 lings, and 2 drones. I don't know. Probably not a fair trade here. Resources lost does look fairly even. Looks like the Zerg player has lost more gas, but that's to be expected. And here we go. Cybernetics core is up. What is Agamenon doing with it? He's apparently making cannons, which is great, and Pneumatized Carapace. So the first thing Tom does with his lair and goes for Pneumatized Carapace to increase the flight speed of his overlords and get an evolution chamber. So maybe he's planning on making some drop lords here. Ah, because you do need the drop lord. Let's see here. To upgrade to a drop lord or mutate ventral sacs requires an evolution chamber, and the speed helps them get where they're going to. So possibly we could see a Roach drop on the main base. That would absolutely crush. I mean, there's a couple cannons here, but not that many. With some good micro, Tom could manage to pull it off. Once again, that is not something that we need to assume here in Into the Void, but it would be nice. And there it is. There's the drop lord play. All right, so Tom, planning on dropping something somewhere. I'm not sure how useful it is to drop here since you can just kind of walk down here in the first place, but maybe dropping over here. He's going to scout it out first with this fast overlord. Scout out, see what his opponent is up to, and then possibly do some drop lord stuff. Was that an adept I just heard die? Yeah, it was. All right, so an adept tried to sneak up here, got completely massacred, as is a concern. And here we go. Fly on in, Overlord. See what your opponent has. I mean, the answer is nothing at this point, which should be some good information for you. Scouting this on out, there are some stalkers available. So Agamenon knows what's going on there. The thing is that Roaches and Lings are great against pure gateway units. They're fantastic against stalkers and zealots and sentries, depending on how well the force fields are used. So Tom should feel pretty confident about the fact that there aren't any Immortals or Archons out there quite yet. Coming up the ramp again is Agamenon. Can he get in here and do this thing? There are just so many Roaches. Time Warp is being used, but the Lings lending their DPS as well. All the Zealots are gone. Lings love munching directly on those Stalkers. 2 Queens versus a Mothership Core, and that Mothership Core is going to die. That is not a fair fight in any stretch of the imagination. There's the explosion. Pieces flying everywhere all over that ramp. It is now 52 to 32 supply. Tom looking good. Expanding over here. Not taking his natural at all. Instead, Ninja expanding at this location. And yes, expanding here is Agamenon. So actually harvesting a bit. This is his second base, right up next, close to his opponent's front door. And where did the army go? Where the heck where'd those Roaches go? They're not dead. 13 Roaches. Oh, it's a Nydus worm. He made a Nydus network. So instead of drop lording it, he's going to Nydus network here. Oh boy, Agamenon is in a lot of trouble here. Because instantly, I mean, as soon as this pops, the cannon is going to get some shots off on it. But until then, It will live. Here come the Lings going right after this cannon. The Roaches, too, going to go take it out very, very quickly. This is a lot of stuff. I don't think Agamenon can save this. He needs to run his probes. He needs to run them away so darn fast, but instead they stay. They stay and all get completely massacred so darn fast. Roaches finally do manage to take out the second cannon. They can get the Cyber Core. They can depower the Cyber Core, which doesn't really hurt anything unless you want upgrades on that thing. Pushing up here with a desperation move is a Hallucinated Archon. Hallucinated Archon not actually taking any damage at all. Roaches coming all the way back in to save their own base and doing a great job of it too. Hallucinated Archon is dead. Sentry's dead. 3 Stalkers, just not enough to make this thing go. Probably should just, might as well. Yep, now that's cleaned up. Go back in the Nydus network and see what you can do. Instead, moving very quickly here is our friend, the Roach player, Void Ray, coming up from Agamenon. Made a Stargate in here somewhere. Going to try to push on up. Sentry dies immediately. Wait, maybe not. And depowering a gateway. That was good. Another cannon going to die here too. These Roaches are going to lay waste to the space. There's just nothing here. There's nothing here for Agamenon to hold on unless the Void Ray shows up. And it's going to show up very quickly here. So let's see how many probes can be killed. Right now, 19 probes have died so far. It's 14 to 11. And, did the Mothership Core? Mothership Core killed everything that was up here. All right. All right, that's fine. Stuff like that happens. The Roach is killing gateways. And the Void Ray is ready to go. A Void Ray can take down, let's see, can take down a Queen, I believe, by itself, assuming both have no upgrades. And both are at full health. But the Queen's actually heading back home to try to deal with this Mothership Core. Throw down a Spore Crawler, man. All right, the Queen's enough. But the question is, can the Mothership Core take down a lair first of all? I don't know. So here's the Void Ray. None of these Roaches can shoot up at all. They need to focus something. They need to focus down pylons. They need to focus down Stargates. They need to do something of the sort. Because as it stands, attacking multiple things at once is not great. There we go. Excellent choice. Getting rid of that cannon. Fine. Fantastic play, but you guys are all dead now. Void Ray is very, very good indeed. What is in this Nydus network? Nothing. Absolutely nothing in there. Somehow, Agamenon is continuing to actually continuing to harvest on top of this creep, which, whew, good times. Good times if you are a pro. I'm sure you can tell your kids about that one. Roaches once again trying to kill some stuff, but 2 Void Rays, very scary indeed. Not using prismatic alignment here at all, which does actually allow them to do 6 more damage versus armored units. And Roaches are armored, so it's not a bad deal whatsoever. So is this going to be a base race at this point? The Void Rays are here. Yep, just pop it into that Nydus network. Running for your lives. Roaches, get out there too. There's nothing you can do. The lair is going to die. Nydus, pop it up to go ahead and saturate this space over here that our Protoss player has no idea even exists whatsoever. The Nexus does end up falling. Another cannon here trying to defend this base's armor. The Void Ray is going after the Roach Warren too. Which means you might want to plan a new one here, Tom, but that's A-okay. Getting a Spore Crawler, excellent decision there. Maybe heading back here and killing stuff would be a good idea as well. Do you have stuff in the nice network? No, I guess everybody popped out. All those workers did anyway. Did the Void Rays just kill the Roaches? They probably did. They probably did. Yep, that Roach is dead. Overlord's dead here too. Everything down here getting destroyed equally in good measure by the Roaches. That's Stargate is going to die. Assimilators dying too. Mothership Core repopping here, resurrecting to take down this Nydus network. Or Nydus Worm. Specifically, this is a Nydus Worm. This is a Nydus Worm, and that was a Nydus network, but it's gone now. Another Roach getting killed by these Void Rays. They're looking pretty good about themselves. 12 kills and 8 kills, respectively. These buildings will die on their own, but might as well help them along. I always say. Another Roach Warren. Spawning pool. Replacement spawning pool coming up here. So now at this point, if you are Agamenon, you say, hey, the game did not tell me my opponent is being revealed. What's up with that? What does that mean? Well, what it means, Agamenon, is that there's another hatchery out there somewhere you should probably be trying to find. So go ahead and send some probes out. Make some fast units to do this stuff. The Queen's heading all the way back home. 2 Queens versus 2 Void Rays. I don't know how this is going to go. But stabbity stab 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 time. Here it is. Stab, stab. 1 Queen going to die very quickly. You could probably transfuse if you... No, you had a transfuse available. You had multiple transfuses available. Would have helped immensely in that situation. Can they transfuse themselves? Oh, actually, I don't think they can. All right, so the Queens are dead. Void Ray with 25 hit points is very, very glad that he is still alive. Heading on out now is a small Roach and Ling hit squad. APM for these guys is blistering at around 37 for Agamenon and 75 for Tom. Lings leading the charge here against a single cannon and a mothership core to defend against this one. Is it going to be enough? The thing is, this is all that Agamenon has. He doesn't have any other pylons, no other assimilators, no more anything else anywhere else. Go for it, Tom. Tom, you can do this thing, I believe. All right, here it goes. Tom's going to move on up the ramp. See what damage can be done. Another gateway coming up here too, but you need units, man. Agamenon, you're in so much trouble. Get that cannon. Focus it down with the roaches. What are you doing? Why are you trying to kill it with the Lings alone? All right, that's fine. That's fine. All the Lings are dead now. And your roaches are desperately trying to kill the cybernetics core, which I'm not sure is the correct way to go. You could also, mothership core, use a photon overcharge here to make that pylon a dealer of death. But no, didn't do it. All right, so now focusing down individual workers. I guess you should take down that cannon and then go for the workers. The probes are trying to fight too. The Void Rays are showing up. And at the same time, the Void Ray is now not using prismatic alignment to take down these roaches. This means a lot of dead probes. Are any probes actually going to live here? And there are 2, 3 maybe. The Lings coming in though for the last second. Reinforcing Lings popping in as well. You need to take down the probes. That's exactly what you have to do at this point. Although Agamenon does have enough to make additional probes, so maybe not. Saves it alive, but it's 17-2 workers. Tom looking good, taking an expansion of his own in his newfound home here at the gold base that has helped him so well throughout this game. Once again, a total mystery to our friend Agamenon. He has no idea what's going on. Where did those Lings come from? Where did those roaches come from? I killed all of the stuff that belongs to Tom that he knows about. All right, so here it is. Looking again. I guess you could pop in. Oh, getting a Spire. Mutas are actually pretty good against Void Rays. I really do condone this decision by Tom. Just flying around with a mothership core, trying to see what can be seen. Whoa! 12 Mutalisks in production right now. That might be all she wrote for a Protoss player. 12 Mutas can easily handle. These 2 guys can easily handle everything on the ground. And just, I mean, that's it. That's going to be it for our friend, the Protoss player Agamenon. It was an epic attempt of a 3 Gateway Zealot rush. Didn't quite do everything that he wanted it to do, but that's A-okay. It was a good effort, because here come the Angels of Death. Flying silently, flapping their wings across the map, gathering up, waiting for some more reinforcements to pop on in, then it's time to go. Exactly. Mutas flying in the production tab for Agamenon is absolutely nothing. Right now, all these probes are going to die. There's nowhere for them to go, nowhere to hide whatsoever. The Zealots here trying to do what they can. They wish they could shoot up, but they can't. Any of these Mutas going to die before the Void Rays die? No! Not losing a single Mutalisk in that attack. The Zealots are all gone too. Mutas decide it is time. No, don't go back. Where are you going back? The Queen can handle it. The Queen can handle this. Trust me, Queens are very good at dealing with air units, and indeed they are. The Mutas do decide to stay and try to take down this Nexus. Agamenon is not extending this game at all. He is not attempting in any way whatsoever to build any more pylons. He has the money to do it. He has a single probe somewhere. Where is it? There it is, down here. Yeah, hard to get out of here without attracting the attention of the Mutas. So Agamenon right now is making a Zealot, because I suppose why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you make a Zealot in this particular situation? There's absolutely no chatter going on between these players. I would expect Agamenon to be angry or something. There it is. There's the GG from Agamenon. Tom calls the GG. Agamenon is defeated, and Tom is victorious in our weekly edition of Into the Void. Whew, that was pretty good. That was a jam-packed Into the Void. Thanks again to my screeners for sending that one back to me. Just fantastically played all the way around. Good back-and-forth action. Good action throughout the entire game. And in the end, the tech switch to the Muta, our Protoss players have seen this time and time again, was enough to win it for Tom. So once again, the decision to attack up the ramp, probably a bad decision for Agamenon as far as I'm concerned. Keep the contain on there. Go ahead and expand yourself while your opponent is afraid. Making additional Zealots when you knew there were roaches out, also a pretty bad decision. I love the hallucinated Archon. That was not a bad idea. But in the end, there just wasn't enough. The Void Rays making use of prismatic alignment would have been very fantastic as well. But I think in the end, Tom had it when he snuck this gold base, and it was never ever scouted by Agamenon until the very, very end there. So, did he? That's weird. I wonder how come he didn't see that. Huh. All right. Either way, that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void. Thank you so much for watching today. You can find me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. Go ahead and hit me a like Also, you can subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'd appreciate that as well. Also, go ahead and click the link to the shirts at the end of the video. Along with the music, there are some great t-shirts there to show your support for StarCraft 2 and for the channel. It really helped me a lot to go ahead and at least give those a look. So until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Broken and ashamed by what you have done. There is no redemption, and so you must run. And it's taken your heart and broken your soul. You cannot go back until you're made whole. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live. Place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, there's a light upon you, and you follow it on. Looking for a reason and a way to atone. All around you, the planets and stars. You're lost in a maelstrom of a great new unknown. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void. Find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, searching into the void.